keep on doing Toastmasters stuff, learning how to communicate better. And maybe I'll see you next time I'm in Moscow. Thanks.
And you invite them in for our next meeting. That'll be good. You need to learn about how to speak nicely to us.
Okay. We enjoy to see you here, and we enjoy to be there. Have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
So thank you a lot, remember. Actually, there are more than 15,000 clubs all over the world, including the Oslo, so we used to visit clubs in other countries usually. So returning to my personal results, frankly speaking, in some moment I was so tired that I really was about to leave the Toastmaster community because I felt like some kind of lack of inspiration, and it's total truth. But at the same time, I knew that there are so many interesting things in Toastmasters because it's not only about public speaking, it's also about different events, it's also about people, it's also about communication. And recently we have had a wonderful Toastmaster conference of our Moscow community with more than 100 participants. Actually, the main organizer was Diana, the president of the club. And she was leading a huge team, a numerous team. And I personally was working with the foreign guests. And you know what? After working with them, after organizing the conference, I was so much inspired that I even didn't regret about not leaving the Toastmasters. So now I would say that I have like another kind of wish to continue being a Toastmaster. And let's now try to understand what were the results of our accounter, who is present now. Thanks, Diana. I know it's already. So let's welcome Elena Lavrinenko as our accounter. And actually, Elena told me that she joined the Toastmasters community only a couple of months ago, but she must say that it's really inspiring to see so many proactive and motivated people in the community. And she hopes to make a bigger contribution to the development of our Moscow Toastmasters community.
I would like to add that I think I realized that there are some challenges in being a Toastmaster when you start. So in the very beginning I realized that it's quite hard to find an interesting topic that hasn't been covered before. And also, of course, you can be very nervous when you begin, when you make your first speeches, like the icebreaker. So I hope that in the future I will achieve better results, and the next year will be really exciting. So I will be your counter today. A lot of people don't notice when they make their speech that they make a lot of extra sounds like well, like, and they can be really distracting and make the speech less interesting to listen. So I will be keeping track of them, and I will tell the speakers and other role takers at the end of the meeting what the results are in this aspect. And I made a list of naughty and nice people. So whoever makes more than, say, 10 mistakes, and they will be on my naughty list, and the others will be on my nice list. So be careful.
Thank you a lot. And now I think that this is the time to start with the prepared speeches, right? But before this, I also would like to share with you my personal inspiration. Of course, during the last conference, this information is especially interesting for the newcomers. We had different workshops which were prepared by our foreign Toastmasters. And one of the Toastmasters told us during his workshop that when you feel down, when you don't want to, or you can't for some reason to continue doing what you want, just do like that. Yes! And just continue with everything you wanted to do. So actually the whole audience was doing this movement. And remember it in the moment you are down. And now let's start finally with the prepared speakers. And with great pleasure, I would welcome Anna Lioznova with her project called Digital Health, and it will be a project number 5 from the manual called Technical Presentations. And while Anna is preparing, I would like to say you, dear audience, that when I asked Anna about her results in the Toastmasters, she told me that no doubt that Toastmasters is a great place which gives an opportunity for personal development. For example, this year she has taken a role of personal evaluator and helped other people to develop themselves. So, Anna, welcome and good luck with your speech.
Thank you, Christina.
And don't forget about yes. Yes.
Thank you. Dear Toastmasters, dear friends, I have a question to you. What's your favorite messaging application? Ivan?
It's WhatsApp.
Great. What about you?
Suppose Telegram.
Mm-hmm. Diana, what's your favorite messaging app? Diana, don't you have one?
It's WhatsApp, I know.
It's kind of weird, right? But imagine that I have written an email to each of you with very same question. So, what are your favorite apps? And I wrote an email, imagine, to a few people, and I'm waiting for the results. What do you think? How many replies did I get out of 20 people? Any guesses?
Well, at least mine.
Yes. Actually, there were 2. It was Diana, thank you so much, and I won. And it doesn't feel that awkward, right? It was very strange when Diana didn't answer to me in person, but when we are communicating online, for some reason, we feel that it is okay not to answer. You know, I'm on Tinder, which is a dating app, and I match with people there, and I have a lot of dialects which look like this. I greet people and they don't answer. For some reason, like nothing. Of course, there are some other type of dialogues. When people greet me and I do exactly the same. You know, I keep silent, like absolutely. Of course, sometimes there are like successful dialects which look like this. We greet each other and nothing happens. I swear, really, it's what's going on Tinder. At this point, I felt that something is wrong, and it is not what I would like to be. That's why I decided to make New Year's resolution, you know, digital ones, for the upcoming year. And the first resolution in front of you, I'm promising to reply to messages on time, you know, in the upcoming year, for sure. I told you that I'm on Tinder, and a few weeks ago, I met a handsome man there. He was an engineer and he got an offer from Google, and he is moving to Switzerland, and he's looking for a wife, you know? He told me that I'm charming, and that he wants me to be his wife. But firstly, we needed to go on a date, and we did. We were in a cafe, the waiter got a candle to us, we were sitting, we were talking about stuff, and suddenly his phone rang. There was a notification, and he started to read the messages and to reply. Then the other one, and one more, and one more. Can you imagine what did I think of him? Yeah, really. To be honest, this is not quite true. It was me. I was chatting with my friends and he didn't write me back. So I'm not going to Switzerland, I'm staying here with you. But for the next year, I'm promising to switch off all the unnecessary notifications from my phone. Okay? There is one more story that I would like to share with you. I went to a science museum with a friend of mine. And what I did, I started to do this. Like I was taking photos of everything that happened there. Like this and this way. And at that time, my friend did really a weird thing. Really, I didn't know how even he decided to do this. He started to touch things. Can you imagine? We went to the museum, he took a thing, he closed his eyes and he started to touch it. He was like absolutely silent. I asked him, "What are you doing?" He told that he's trying to feel, and he invited me to try. And he was like, "Okay, I feel it is cold. It is very smooth. It is getting warmer when I touch it." And at that moment, I understood that I'm doing something wrong. That maybe I shall try feeling more present. I have been meditating for a while, and once I decided to start touching things, and you know, magic happened. I have never ever had such a feeling of being present before. I touched a lot of things, really. Not only with my hands, with some other parts of my body, and unfortunately I'm still taking pictures of new things, but in the new year I would like to promise to stop taking photos instead of feeling presence. Okay? My next resolution is connected to news feeds. I have a lot of news in Facebook and Contactsy and so on, but I tried to limit the time I spend there. That's why I unsubscribed from many groups and people on Facebook and Contactsy. But I have Instagram, and I subscribed for like tens of bloggers. And what they post every day? They post food, they post their child, they tell me how they feel. I don't need it, but I spend like, I don't know, half an hour each day listening to all this stuff. So in the next year,